Good morning, everybody. I wanted to go over our Zoom meeting last night and kind of outline what we discussed and how this project is taking shape. I am going to share this with another group, so I'm not going to be mentioning names in particular as I go through everything. So what we basically did was we looked at the requirements Dr. Floor has, which the first one is to turn in our completed templates. And this was a little bit tricky, even for me, as I was doing it this week. If you look here is a completed template. Dr. Floor wants it to be this particular size, and he does not want anything changed on the template. So it needs to be New Times Roman, size 11. Down here for the main topical findings, he wants basically one sentence that summarizes it very well and concise. And he's doing this in particular so that way when Winnie looks over the information, she can quickly scan through it and organize it herself if she has any questions. So what we're going to do for turning in the template is one group member is going to collect everybody's template, put it into one document, edit it, and make sure it's all up to the standards that Dr. Floor wants, and then turn it in. She's going to collect these from our discussion boards. Oh, whoops, I'm still in the courses. If we look into our group, it's a shortcut to get to your discussion boards. And everybody, when they turned in their discussion board, they also included their research template. So we asked that everybody in the group, hopefully today they're able to go in and edit it to make sure that it is up to Dr. Floor standards, and then our group member will double check. If you don't have time to edit it, that's kind of what our group member is also going to do. So this will be pretty easy for her. So she'll go into the discussion board 5 and 2, have all the templates. And if you don't have a template listed, then it needs to get added in on your discussion board or emailed to the group member who's organizing that. The second thing that Dr. Floor wants, as we go all the way down here, is he wants a zip file containing all of the articles used with the templates. This means that he wants the actual PDFs from the templates. So again, if we go back into groups and we go into discussions, you can see that the way when we entered in our assignments, I asked the group to do it a very particular way to make this future work easy for everybody. I asked that everybody put in the proper citation at the top, because then you know what article you're talking about. And I also asked that they put in the link. This is very helpful because you can just directly pop over. So as our group member collects all of the PDFs to put into a zip drive, it's easy for him to find it and know what's going on. And of course, it won't click and follow the link. Isn't that lovely? But if you take and follow the link, oops, if it's going to let me, it's probably not going to be easy. It's just kind of the luck, right? Oh, it did work. Okay. So if you follow the link, you have to log in order to oh, nope, you don't. Here's the PDF that it will let you download. And it's nice and easy peasy to then collect them and put them into a zip file. And there's my lovely PDF. If for some reason the PDF didn't have a download or it wouldn't let me or be friendly, what I would do is I would highlight this, copy it, and then I would go into the SOS website and put the title directly into the search and gain access to the article that way, because I know that I can download it directly from SOS. And then also too, I would know that it was peer reviewed because I'm anal like that. Once our group member has all the articles together, he's then going to go into files, and under the XN final project, we have the PDF where some of the group members, mostly me, had, I really am very anal, I think, put in the PDFs. So this just makes one step easier for our group member who's collecting them all. But anyways, he'll come in here into PDF and he will add the zip file into here. And so then when it's time to upload it, I know right where it is to turn it in for our assignment. The last thing that Dr. Floor wants turned in is the rough draft. This is a short 1 to 2 page summary that places all the relevant information into the template. So what we did was, if we go back here all the way into groups again, and we go into discussions, the second way that I asked the group to list their information was this section right here. And I encouraged them to put in 150 words describing their research article and why it is particular for effect, which is what I was focusing on, but how this is relevant to what they were focusing on. The nice thing about this is when you have to summarize it for a paper, you can come here and pull out key sentences that you've already written. You don't have to go back in and reread all of the research. I also, every time I do this, I include at least one quote from my research, because typically in my papers, I like to put in a couple of quotes, and this just made my life so much easier in order to do that. So I literally cut and pasted, or copy and pasted, all of my research as I figured out how to write it. So if you go into groups, into collaborations, you can create a new collaboration. If you don't know how to do that, I encourage you to look up a YouTube video for it. It's very simple. And that's what I did. I created a new collaboration for rough draft number 1. I will put in a side note that I had not synced my OneDrive with Canvas, and that prevented me from creating a collaboration. It took me about an hour to figure that out. I had to log directly into Microsoft 365, select OneDrive, and select Sync in order to get it to work out. It's really frustrating. All right, so if you click on Rough Draft here, for example, this is really cool because it updates in real time and it updates with everybody all at once. So there's 2 ways you can edit the document. You can edit directly on this website, or you can open up in your desktop. I'm going to open it up in the desktop because the website doesn't have quite all of the bells and whistles that the desktop has, and I enjoy those things because I'm a little geeky. So here it is. It just pops it straight onto my website. So if we go up onto page 1, I made sure our header is in the right spot along with the page numbers. The title of our paper, I need to add that in. So we would say anxiety and depression for for girls ages 12 to 18. And that's what our group did. So when I looked at the whole of anxiety and depression and thought about organizing all together, I thought, this is crazy and it's going to be way too much. So I took and divided it into subsections, and then I asked each team member to research that subsection. So when we come together for this, the team members already have been researching their subsections, so it's easy to just cut and paste their synopsises in and edit it down. Basically, this is supposed to be 1 to 2 pages, which is approximately 500 words for 2 pages, and that we have 500 team members, so everybody is putting in 100 words, summarizing their section that they researched. So if we come down here, I bet there's a way to link that up together so it automatically updates. I'll have to figure that out. Anyways, we come down here to is title of paper. So one of the team members is researching symptoms, causes. I did effects, and then last 2 team members are doing treatments. Treatments have a whole world of variety of different things that they can do. So what I did for effects is I literally took, copy and pasted all of my synopsises, which was 300 words, way more than was required, and I literally deleted everything that I thought wasn't relevant. And then what I did think was relevant, I pulled it down into 1 sentence. So under effects, this is approximately 101 words. And we see here what I did for my first sentence was I just created a nice, lovely thesis. I highlighted the 3 issues within it: the internet addiction, peer pressure to drink, and body issues. And that was basically summarizing my 3 articles. And then in that order, I wrote 1 sentence about each one of it. So here we have the internet addiction, we have socially drinking, And we have poor body image. One sentence each, highlighting everything. I also put in here, because geeky, right? A quote from one of my researchers. I just think it really enhances, it just makes me look like I know what I'm talking about. It backs me up when I put in quotes. So I like to do that quite a bit. So it's 101 words. It was really easy to do. I just mostly deleted everything, summarized it up, and here we go. And then if you scroll down here to the bottom, you'll see our references pages. So I put in my 3 references that I used for my articles, and I asked my team members as they add in to please keep it in alphabetical order. And also to note that there's a dangler here for the AP citations. I think this is pretty basic and everybody pretty much knows this. It is one that I typically tend to miss, so I'm going to just point that out. Anyway, so put it all into alphabetical order. It's nice and easy. And that's that. If you look up here, it'll say autosave on, and that's how you know it's synced to your OneDrive, and you can just close it out when you're done working on it. And go back to the website, and the website will update it, and you can see here where I updated the title of the page. One of the things I don't like on here is that the header doesn't show all the time. It just opens it up to edit it, and that really annoys me that I can't see it. That's one of the reasons why I liked working on the desktop. But here is our lovely paper available for the team members to edit and work on. So we're just asking everybody to get their parts done by Saturday. So that way Sunday, all the team members can go in at various times, look at it, do any editing that they catch, and then Sunday evening I will turn in the whole shebang. All right, thanks guys. I hope you have a good day.